Even though the president paused other big parts of his tariff plan, the uncertainty is still weighing on many economists. Fox 4's Alex Boyer is following that part of the story. Alex.
Hi, Clarice. And some of the world's top economists met in Dallas today to talk about a growing number of issues affecting consumers and their bank accounts. As the stock market continues its wild ride, some of the world's smartest financial minds were in Dallas on Thursday to talk numbers.
There's a question of how big is the economic transition and what's the policy apparatus to respond to it.
The Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas and the Peterson Institute for International Economics held the day-long summit. The PIIE is a private nonprofit public policy think tank located in Washington, D.C. The panelists talked about the implications of the ongoing tariffs war. The White House has put a 90-day pause on tariffs for all countries excluding China, hit with a tariff totaling 145%.
And it's really basic business. It's not complicated business. It's very basic business.
At an open cabinet meeting Thursday, President Trump told reporters that he was, quote, very happy with the way the country's running, end quote. Top economists expressed concerns.
Regarding the economic outlook, higher than expected tariffs would very likely raise both unemployment and inflation.
The best-known lever available to the Fed is the power to control interest rates, and in this case, Fed Chair Jerome Powell is still in wait-and-see mode. Meanwhile, former Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told CNN that the tariffs war is, quote, the worst self-inflicted wound that I've ever seen an administration impose on a well-functioning economy, end quote. Panelists also discussed the possible implications of declining immigration.
We need a lot of discussion and thinking about the key issues related to trade and migration between Mexico and the U.S.
When it comes to immigration, President Trump on Thursday also said he's going to allow farmers to recommend migrant workers who can remain in the country for a while and eventually be admitted to the country with legal status. And while policies continue to ebb and flow, economists say the price of goods and services could continue to rise, ultimately hurting consumers.
A sustained burst of inflation could lead households and businesses to expect further price increases.
So with all of this economic uncertainty, the big takeaway for consumers is to watch the way they are spending their money. This event is the first part of a two-part conference series, and the group will meet again in Washington, D.C. in the fall. Clarice.
Alex, thank you.